on the UT Martin Skyhawk Talk radio program. We'll be back here on Monday night at 6 o'clock. Coach, you talking about football tonight, championship game?
Yeah.
What do you think, Oregon or Ohio State?
I'm going to take Oregon.
Are you?
Okay. I am. I'm going to take Oregon. And but, it's hard to not be a fan of Ohio State and Urban Meyer.
You want to make a prediction here, Julio? Hold on, let me hand him a microphone. We should write down a score.
Here's what I'm going to predict.
Okay.
Thursday, Saturday, Skyhawks.
That was the boss telling me to talk about UT Martin basketball.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's right.
No, it should be a good game tonight. When you were growing up, did you play other sports other than basketball?
Yeah, I played baseball a lot. Played football when I was young, but love baseball. Baseball is probably my favorite sport.
What position? I would
first
say
base.
First baseman. You look like a first baseman. You remind me of Keith Hernandez. You're a first baseman. Yeah. So, could you hit the ball?
I was decent. I could really field it.
Yeah.
But I could really field it.
Yeah. What about other alternatives? Bowling, ping pong, nothing?
No.
Yeah.
Picked up golf when it's a funny story when my first boss was Steve Cleveland, and when I was working at BYU after my first year, he brought me in the office and he had a golf clubs. Set of golf clubs, and he said, "Here, these are for you." And I have you a lesson every Tuesday at 10 a.m. He goes, you have to learn how to play golf.
Really?
He goes, for two reasons. One, it's going to be good for your development. And two, you are so bad that it's an embarrassment to take you anywhere. So there you go. Every Tuesday at 10, he required me to go and get lessons to play.
Now, I heard you talking to Paul Tinkle the other morning, and you said that when you retire or when you're however many years from now, you hope you're on a golf course.
Yes, without question.
So you love to play.
I do. I really enjoy playing.
Have you ever played with that guy right there?
I've played a couple times. He's good.
I've heard he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best. Oh, really? Your best? So he's a good luck charm. Yeah.
That's why he kicked my butt one day. It was his best round ever.
So where are your strengths? On the green or off the tee? Or?
It depends on the day.
Yeah, totally understandable. Coach, let's talk about I was going to ask you, this is neat for you because we're going to a lot of these OVC schools, and it's the first time you've ever been to these gyms and these arenas. As a coach going into these places for the first time, what do you look for? What stands out to you when you first walk in?
Well, you go into practice. I always look at just the facility in general. The seating arrangements and things like that, and then you always take notice of the environments and different environments and things like that. But nothing really out of the ordinary. I have a lot of respect for this league and the coaches in this league. I thought we played two really good teams and really good coaches, and Jeff and Sean, and for 16 nights you got to be ready to go as a coach and as a player.
You are also the new kid on the block, obviously,
sure.
and you're not the only one. But whenever you first interact with a coach, another OVC coach, what's that like?
It's fine. Most of the time we see him on the, we've seen each other throughout the years on the recruiting trail.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different because I wasn't at the league meetings in the spring because my mother got sick, so I wasn't able to be there, or in the fall, excuse me. But so this is really the first time, in a gym or in a meeting, if you will, that I've interacted with them. But I've seen them all on the road.
I think that as time goes by, you learn a coach's tendencies, which is almost as critical as knowing what team you're going to face. You might have a slight advantage because they don't really know what your style is.
Yeah, it could be. It's a good point. I think. But on the other hand, it's probably a disadvantage because I don't know what they're going to do either.
Yeah.
For sure. But I think that the teams that have been consistent in this league and have really good programs in this league, they've been able to keep their staffs together and keep their coaches together, and they know, the Belmonts and Easterns and obviously Murray and people like that. They've been doing it really well for a long time.
One of the things you certainly notice when you leave one of our opponent's school is with the environment is what the crowd was like. And one of the things that we're trying to do is improve the culture at the Elam Center. Coach, we're getting there. We got a ways to go, but we're getting there.
I'll tell you what, it really is. I think that Julio and his staff have done a really good job. I took pizzas out to all the frats before the Eastern game, and just to get the students involved, and I think the community's starting to come. And I understand, when you've been, and I to put it bluntly, when you've been as bad for as long as we have, I get it, because it's just it became a habit not to go. So now we're trying to change habits. which is hard to do in any habit. But we're getting there, and I thought the last 2 games were a huge step in the right direction, and we have to continue to do our part and be competitive and win games, and I thought that after the Moorhead game, hopefully the people that were there, saw a good game, saw us win, and want to come back and be part of it and bring a friend or bring 2, and we're starting to get some students involved. The baseball team has been unbelievable. I can't thank those guys enough, and we're going to reciprocate that again for them in the spring.
Awesome. Fantastic. And I want to say my sell is that you've got a fantastic product, if that's what it is. I mean, it's one of the most talented UT Martin teams I've ever seen. And there are special players on this team who won't be here next year, and DeVille Smith is one of them. I mean, this guy is at the next level, and I encourage our fans to come out and you're disciplined, you play smart, you're fun to watch, you score points, you play defense. I mean, it's something that a basketball fan needs to see.
I appreciate that. We try to play the right way. We have some good players, and the neat thing is that we're not just building just a one-hit wonder in a team. We're building a program, and we have good young players in the program. We have some really good players sitting out, but you're right. We have a good team, and DeVille Smith and Marshawn Newell, those guys are good players, and I mean, we need to, if we can get this community and this student body to really come out and support us, then this place can be really special. Because it's hard to get to. People don't want to come here, but it's up to us as the coach and the players to put a product on the floor, and then our community. I mean, we have to do it together,
right?
And we've worked really hard to put a good product on the floor, and we're definitely better than they've been. And hopefully people will continue to come out, and more people will come, and because we got a chance to have a pretty special year.
Oh, I think so. I mean, I'm not going to let you comment on this, but I know we're 2 games into the conference season. We're going to compete for an OVC championship this year. I sincerely believe that. Coach, you have 2 games coming up: Tennessee Tech on Thursday, and then Saturday you're at home with Jacksonville State. Let's talk about Tennessee Tech.
Big and physical.
Yeah.
They got 2 post players that are again really big and physical. They're they had a couple tough nights to start the league. They just beat Austin Peay, but they really rebound the basketball. I'm very impressed with them on film. They run good stuff. They're very sound. And they are. I mean, I can't. If we have to rebound the ball, and if we can rebound the ball, we'll have a chance. We'll have a chance to win. But if we don't, and we go down there and get sucker punched and not respond, then it can be a long night. They're a very big physical basketball team.
Well, one of the things we know about your team is you can play on the road. So this is a factor that you're certainly used to.
It's true. We talked to our guys about that. The first 2 months this season, one thing that we're very proud of is we had more road wins than anybody in Division I basketball. We have to use that experience come Thursday night to go down and try to compete with a really good Tech team.
We'll have the game on the radio Thursday. Saturday, we're back at the Elam Center when UT Martin takes on Jacksonville State. That's a 6 o'clock start. The women's game tips off at 4. Heath, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Anytime, Chris. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Thursday in Cookeville. For Coach Schroyer and also Coach Kevin McMillan and Julio Frary, the Director of Athletics, and Andrew Juanidas, who also was on the radio with us, and John Abel and Frank and the gang here at Snappy Tomato Pizza. I'm Chris Brinkley, reminding you that games coming up on Thursday night and Saturday. Thursday at Tennessee Tech in a conference doubleheader, a matchup we'll have on Star 95.1. And then Saturday, Jacksonville State, the opponent at the Elam Center. We want you in the stands. All of those games can be heard here on the radio and seen at ovcsports.com. And Saturday, come out to the Elam Center. Stay with us. Coming up next, they're talking vol, football, and basketball on the Vol Calls program here on our flagship station. You go to utmsports.com on the web for all you need to know when it comes to University of Tennessee at Martin Skyhawk Athletics. And thanks for listening to another night of Skyhawk Talk on the Skyhawk Sports Network.